whispers in the sky, threads of light where stars align, a dance of echoes soft and kind. We float, we fall, we rise in the arms of endless skies, breathing calm, breathing
Dear family of light, today we will talk about how sometimes our belief system are more important than was actually we experience firsthand in our life. We grow up exposed to some of the main religion. In most of the cases, we are exposed to or to Christianism or to Buddhism, Hinduism or Islamism. And even if our parents are not religious, the society that is around us is shaped by one of these main religions. So somehow we were affected by it and by the belief system of this big religion. And so today we will explore the three possible outcomes of afterlife as they are presented here in this diagram and as they were presented to me, transmitted to me by my yoga teacher Isaac Vasquez. So now we will explore them. So the first one is resurrection. So the majority of people, there is the base of the pyramid, believe in resurrection because they are either Christian or Islamic people. So both believe that there is a continuity of the soul, and at the end of the time, God will come and give you back not only your soul, but also your mind and your body. So basically, resurrection is saying that there is a continuity of the full identity of what you are today. So you identify with your body, you identify with your mind, and you identify with your energy. And resurrection basically is telling you that all that will be given back to you. Even if the body will not be a biological body, but a sort of light body, which will not expose to decay and death. So you will be also eternal. And this is where the majority of people lies. Then there is the idea of reincarnation is the second one. And reincarnation is especially famous in Asia. Hinduism and Buddhism are the two main religion that believes in reincarnation. In a slightly different way. So in Buddhism, there is not really an idea of soul. So there is not a continuity of soul that jump from a body to body. But there is a continuity of karma, of impression, of intention, and there is a continuity of cause and effect that will bring then consciousness to reincarnate. Even in Tibetan Buddhism, they choose the Dalai Lama because they recognize in the child some aspect that were belonging to an old Lama, etc. Even if they know that there is not the same soul, but there is some karma, some stream of karma an intention that is coming back. Hinduism is similar, but in Hinduism we have to introduce the concept of jiva. Jiva is the union of karma, samskaras, and mind. So here too, there is not a soul that is eternal and that jumps from body to body, but there is a continuity of the jiva, especially in classic Hinduism. And in many religions of India, there is this idea that the jiva continue. So it will choose another body to go on. And there is the idea of bad karma that you have to clean somehow, because you have done something. There is this karma that comes from past life that you have to clean in this life. So Hinduism and Buddhism share this middle idea that you can see here in the diagram. As you can see on the top of the pyramid, there is a third group, which is the group that believes in dissolution. And this is a very small group, very few individuals believe in this. And it is divided in two groups, the nihilist and those who believe in positive dissolution. So negative dissolution, we start with that. Negative dissolution is the idea proposed by Friedrich Nietzsche and other existentialist nihilists, which were proposing that there is an end of everything. There is the end of your body, the end of your karma, the end of your mind, and also the end of the self, of the consciousness. So you just disappear into nothing. You just disappear out of existence. You dissolve, and there is no trace of you anymore in this universe. So this is a bit sad and negative idea. And who knows, maybe this is the idea why Friedrich Nietzsche went crazy, because maybe he could not accept the idea to dissolve into nothing. But if you change the last word and you say you dissolve into everything, then things change, then things became more positive. And this is the idea of Advaita Vedanta, which is a small group of individuals in India, still attached to Hinduism, but is different from classic Hinduism. So Advaita Vedanta and Pleiadian philosophy belongs to this idea, even if in slight different ways. So in Advaita Vedanta, the Vedanting, like people like Adi Shankara and Ramana Maharshi, they believe that there is no continuity in the jiva. So there is no soul continuity, but also the jiva, which is the union of mind, karma, and samskara, will not continue. Therefore, there is no need for reincarnation, because you don't have to clean any old karma. There is no continuity of samskara, of impression in the mind, and there is no mind that will continue. So you just dissolve, you go back to the source, like a drop in the ocean that will not disappear. You just cannot see it anymore, because you see the drop falling into the ocean. When it touches the ocean, it's like it dissolved into it. But the water of the drop is still there, is still in existence. This is a very good example to explain it. Of course, the Advaita Vedanta is a very old philosophy. They were not interested in multidimensional things. It would complicate too much the things, and so they remain simple. So the philosophy of Pleiadians is a bit more complicated because they are multidimensional beings, and they teach to us that we can be multidimensional beings. How? We are in 3D consciousness. We will always remain in 3D consciousness. Many people say, oh, you will jump to the fifth dimension. No, if you jump to the fifth dimension, it's because you are living behind your body, so you die. But from the 3D consciousness, you can expand to the fourth and fifth dimension. So you can live out of a higher dimension or in a more lovable way. And this is where we are now as a human species. And so for the Pleiadian, when you die, your soul doesn't continue. There is no continuity of the jiva, the same in Advaita Vedanta, but they introduce the idea of the light body. This light body is the crystalline, multidimensional expression of your soul and of your consciousness into the universe. And so it can move from one dimension into the other. So the light body is just a stream of information that remain and goes to the source, but this stream of information, then it can become something else. It can remain in 3D, or it can become something in 4D or something in 5D. So it can move in other dimension. And this part you will not find in the Advaita Vedanta. So there are slightly different, but the root of this idea, of this solution, is the same. So it's the same idea, is the same belief system. Personally, I feel more attracted to this last philosophy. I don't want to try to convince you that I am true and you are not, so it's just an idea that we propose here. But it's the idea that for me makes more sense. So yeah, basically this is it. Those are the three main belief systems that we have on planet Earth. And now a big question is raised. Can you live a fulfilled life without leaving apart all this belief system? Can you or not? Or you need some of this because you think that your life will be better after this life, your life will be better after. If you believe like that, well, it's a bit dangerous situation because you might miss something in this life. I will say that you have to find your paradise and your peace in this life and not waiting for a next life. This is my suggestion for you. Because the greatest gift is to live in the present moment, is to live in the now, to enjoy this breath, to enjoy today, this meal, this air that you breathe, because who knows tomorrow what will happen. So living in the present moment, in the here and now, is the greatest gift. And this is, for me, much more important than these three belief system that we have. So this is everything for today. I wish you a lot of light, and for now, be at peace, be at peace.
Silver whispers in the sky, threads of light where stars align, a dance of